At this point, you might enjoy having a ruler nearby so that you can keep an eye on the width of a 1/4 inch and the width of a 1/2 inch. Each seam will be folded and pressed in one of those increments. It doesn't really matter which because our seams are going to be double-sided, so there's going to be an equal amount on either side of the material. I am going to press my turquoise piece here about a 1/2 inch. Let's see if I'm as good as I think I am. That's pretty good. If you err on one side or the other, it needs to be a little bigger than. We definitely don't want to be shorter than a 1/2 inch. And it's very important. Consistency is more important than hitting that 1/2 inch mark. So on one side of my fabric, I am just about 1/8 inch past, or just less than 1/8 inch past the half inch marker. But over here on this side, I'm almost a full 1/8 inch past. So to the extent that you can, try to keep that a consistent width. Now, you don't need to hammer down on this particular fold. After we sew it to its neighboring fabric, we'll take this piece and wrap it around. So we're essentially going to fold it back the other way. If we've hammered down during this ironing phase, it's a little bit harder to undo that and fold it back the other way. This is part of the reason that I really enjoy using the linen, because quilting cotton can get kind of a hard crease there, whereas this linen maintains its shape nicely, but it will also unfold nicely when I ask it to. This green piece will get pressed at about a 1/4 inch. And this fold will remain in our seam. So it is okay. If you wanted to, you could use a little bit of steam on there. I don't find that it's all that necessary. Now I will place my materials with the folds facing outward, clip it, and grab the next piece. If you do find you have to make an adjustment, that's where a little bit of water comes in very handy. That might have been too much water, but too much is always enough. Okay. It's equally important not to skimp on this 1/4 inch, because eventually we're wrapping our raw edge of the other piece over and tucking it behind this 1/4 inch. So if you've gone a little bit small, there's not enough material to hold the neighboring raw edge down, and it can be a challenge. Don't forget that a little bit more than a 1/2 inch is better than a little bit less, but you don't have to go that much further. All right, let's go pick out some thread and make some stitches.